Campaign episode 21, campaign playthrough of our Dark Hero Shade. Oh, we last left off, we had beat the mysterious stranger after we had failed to defeat the quest the time before. So we can go run through our things that we're going to check. First thing we notice, we got the Shadow Games 2, and that's because we have 2 dark deeds. Once we get to 3 dark deeds, we'll get another quest called Shadow Games 3. We'll check over our infirmary, and our apprentice mage was incapacitated, so we will put him to bed. We'll go to the tavern and do our side story. I think we'll shoot it. And for Shade, it seems like was the right choice. It's 1 campaign balance, and we'll gain the power Good Eating, which triggers on the black. I think that if our 1 card has room for it, we might put that power on it. Next, we'll visit the market. We are trying to save some campaign resources to do some more upgrade in the commerce area, but we'll just take a peek in here and see if anything is worthwhile. Wineskin, yeah, it's okay, but I think we'll instead this card, Black Magic, triggering on perception icon is pretty decent, but very expensive. Plenty triggers on the white essence, which we usually don't have a lot of, so we're not going to take that. Execute Commoner. Yeah, good for trimming the deck down, but we already have the call for that. We're not going to go overboard on that, but we are going to take this Coastal Wizard here. Get another mercenary in our mercenary deck. So now, if we look at our decks, we've got prized stables. Probably we won't buy any more cards for the Steve deck, because I think it would just be diluting the talent we have in here. And we also have a fairly robust mercenary deck now, with a lot better chance of gaining the non-standard mercenary. Okay, and then we will go into training because we've got quite a bit. So we're going to add that dark power. We would want to add it to Strength from Shadow, because it is a red card and we need to play the black card to trigger it. So let's just take a look at what it is. I would really like to upgrade this attack power 3, but let's just see what this would envision. The Good Eating. So it is good, but I think we will hold off for 1 quest. We'll earn a little bit more XP, and then we'll upgrade the attack to get this to a 3 attack card before we put another power on this one. So we'll just hold tight for the moment. So we do have our other Shadow Game card. The Shadow Game quest will be always be the genie that we have to face, although it will come in with different objectives and stuff like that, and we won't see until we get in there. But for fighting the genie, this is where the retired hero shines. Our apprentice mage is recovering anyways, so we're going to put him in, the retired hero, into there. And we're looking for a little bit more of a straight out warrior. I think that the Merry Minstrel is good for generating essences, but has really good synergy with the apprentice mage. I think we're going to sit him for a quest. We're going to put Ragnarok and Fenner back in there. Let's go for Kirloth, actually. He's better warrior. Don't know if we've used him a whole lot, so we'll hop into the Shadow Games 2 here.
One evening, as you are getting close to retiring, a burst of smoke billows from your fireplace, and out of the smoke emerges the genie, Arune O'Neid. As her body takes form, the genie looks at you with a mischievous grin on her face. "I see you have been up to no good since we last met." She chuckles, her eyes twinkling with amusement. With a casual shrug, she adds, "Not that I care what your affairs are." She leans closer to you and whispered conspiratorially, "I would like to make you an offer. Would you like to play a game with me?" The genie's offer hung in the air, like an enticing fruit waiting to be plucked. My curiosity piqued, I eagerly asked what the game entailed. With another laugh, the genie replied simply, "A trip to my realm, where you and your friends can challenge me and mine to a friendly confrontation. If you win, there are great rewards awaiting you." Enticed by the genie offer, you begin her game.
Okay, so what are we doing in this genie's quest? Rat race, so that's catching some rats, and she's going to try and plunder the city. So we'll see how things go, but I think that more or less we will try to, with these shadow quests, you get the same amount of rewards if you beat her with the Brave Conquest, which is beating her 4 times, or if you do the Heroic Victory, which will be catching 7 or more rats. So we'll play it out. We will work towards. We don't have like the absolute best deck for catching rats, and that's because of the heroes we have available. Not to say that you can't do it, because we definitely can. Like, the focus is just let the rat catcher come out and then keep his path clear for between him and the adventure deck as best as you're able to, so that he can catch the rats. But we will build our best deck that we can with what we have available, and work towards either victory, whatever presents itself, I guess, first. I think we're going to take the Heart of a Rogue card first. This will give us a whole bunch of wounds fighting the genie. Tons of money. We're going to use our prized stables. And we got our light warhorse, which is pretty decent still. And with 2 left, I am going to use the assassins just to get rid of one of these cards for now. I just take the Tower from Agony. This time I think we'll recruit Gearloft. We'll go to the stables again. Fly around. And we do got to be careful with our wounds now. Need to do better wound management. I think we'll take an everlasting body and cycle. Sure, we'll play that. Get rid of a wound, gain a wound. Here comes the rats, no rat catcher out. Not going to play our shadow step. We won't need multiple Heart of a Rogues, I don't think. But we will train one of our lesser cards into another weapon mastery. They'll take this turn to recover. Well, with that ambition, another good time to recover. Might almost be another good time to recover, but we do have good cards in our hands, so I think we will. The red essence didn't generate, which is why this slinger didn't get more defenses, which is beneficial to us. We'll clear these out a little bit more. Managed to dodge, but we should be able to get him this time. Four, not the best one to go, but I'm going to play it now anyways.
Dang kids.
Oh, there comes the first rat catcher. So we're not going to fight him, we're going to let him stay and try and keep the path between him and the adventure deck open so he can catch rats and we can complete our quest that way. If we use greed, it's going to get rid of the old bones card. So try and play these in the right order. Our red is sealed. Hell Stallion has the bleeding wound because of our strike from Shadow, the Savage the Psyche we played on him. Hire this, and we will initiate greed. Probably the one that I wanted to keep the most, but didn't by doing greed. It was a random card, and that's the one that got selected. 7, probably not enough to go after the arch villain unless we were to hire the mercenaries. We don't want to risk. I know that Arun has a power where it defeats any foes that have less than 8 life force. I'm gonna try and use the rat catcher because normally you'll catch like 3 rats at a time when they do come out. So we'll leave him out here for now. And this will give us up to 11 experience, which is 1 shy of what I'd really like to be able to hire the all for one. Most string cards I do play them when I do get them, but I'll keep this one because it is one of the definitely better ones. And I think we need a couple money cards. I will take the survivor card. Not much to do here, so we'll make a side job. Okay, definitely a few people in between the rat catcher and whoever's going to come out. I'm afraid to play our Shadow Step card, so I won't. But we will hire on a mercenary. Defeat Big Belly. And try and defeat the halflings. And we got lucky and succeeded there, so that's great. So the path is again clear, and we will train. I'll train my old bones into all for one. Should have almost trained my Shadow Step, because in this particular scenario, as good as this card is, it is hurting us every time we play it. Like a recovery. And I think we will recover one more time. That gets us down to a manageable 31%, but you'll see here that just playing the couple cards, our big bear and our well supplied, we're gonna bump that back up again. Now we have 2 rat catchers out, which is, I'm fine with having 2. The red essence is still sealed, so we're never going to be able to trigger that bottom part at this point in time. The greed card, which would get trust no one. I'm going to try and get my hands on the trust no one card. Then we'll play greed, and it's going to grab one of our royal sauces, but give us 6 resources. Fine with that type of trade-off. Rats are coming out next, so we'll clear up this hound. Let the rats come. And don't have a common person to train, but I'll just outright buy this Elven Heritage. So there we managed to catch 3 rats, the first shot of it. Moon swap. I think we'll just take a side job here. And we want to do our best to keep this path free. And we could train, which I think we will do. I'm going to train one of our attack guys this time. And we will train him. I thought I could do it for the Mysterious Stranger, but apparently he's not a hero, which is fine. Oh, I'm going to cancel that and just buy the recruit the Mysterious Stranger. And there comes nap time, the reason we brought the retired hero with us.
Ding kids.
They distracted us, it's fine. We'll definitely take nap time. And Wick might not have been the best hero to bring on this. Murder Whirlwind is decent enough card, but it's also guaranteed to get him getting wounds. But maybe we'll train into it. No, we don't have a commoner card, so we'll hold off on that. And we'll just get a market item. At 38%. Take a side job. Keep this path clear and open. And now we will train one of our base cards into Murder Whirlwind. Some more halflings. We want the rats. So we'll clean these guys up. Again, our red essence is still sealed. Pile of resources. What we really want. We will take a Elven Heritage. I'm a survivor. And we're lowering the victory percentage down to 15% for them.
Ding kids. kids. Ding kids.
Next, just money coming. Where are the rats? Okay, we got the wooden shoes of worthiness. I think we talked about this item being minorly cursed, but as long as you're willing to have anything in your discard pile destroyed, it's fine. So we just have 2 wounds in there. Destroying wound would be good. We will have more money than we possibly do anything with. We'll take a side quest. We should have done that first, but we didn't. No, first thing we'll do is we'll fix up the town. Then we don't want this card, so we will buy around. We can afford a few wounds, balance out a little bit. Second strike is a card that is okay, so we won't do that. Good as I once was, we definitely want that, but we'll train into it. And we'll train a laborer. Now we'll take a road less taken and a smith card and call that good. Save the rest of our money. What do we get from the smith? Our full plate. Halflings.
Ding kids.
At the beginning of this episode, I did say we were going to try and do either defeating the arch villain or the rat race, but with 2 rat catchers out here and fairly good thing, I'm content to just try and stick it through and try and catch the rats that we need to. I don't really have any cards to use as training, but we'll buy around to cycle the deck. Yeah, sure, you can go away. Take this one. Yes, robust taken. Guess another second strike. Haunted Past won't really do anything. We'll keep the 7 vault. I think we're just going to use a nap time
Ding
and
kids.
a side job. Get another rat catcher. focus on clearing up the pathway. If I use this card, Savage's Psyche, then the rat catcher will get the wound. But they can't ever die from it, so I guess that's fine. Yes, covering the training, and we do have 2 out, so actually I'm going to put him down as well. With our stables open, I think I'm going to buy it. Got so much resources. We got our heavy warhorse out. Buy around to cycle some cards. I'm not going to play this card right now. Normally I would, but we're at 54%. Don't really need it. We're doing pretty good at most stuff, so I'm not even going to play the Heart of the Rogue at this point. Just keep this path clear. Huh, none of these cards are great. But I guess we'll take another card from the stables. Another bear.
Ding kids.
Red is still covered up, so we'll get that benefit. Yeah, we might as well take this card. Should have probably taken it before. Didn't. And we'll train. Card. Good card. Buy around. And clear up the path to the adventure deck for rat catchers.
Ding kids.
Need that. I can have a couple. Afford to have a couple wounds. Keep the path open. Okay, here come the rats at last. So we've got our 6th rat, and all we need is one more rat to come out and we'll win the quest. Seal moves up to magic, that's fine. Try and keep our path open.
Ding kids.
And here's the win.
As you stand in front of the mysterious genie, Arune Own Need, your heart races with excitement at the thrill of victory in beating her at her elusive game. Winning the genie's game has been no easy feat, but in the end you managed to outsmart her. As she gazes at you, with a hint of amusement in her eyes, you can't help but wonder what your promised reward might be. With a flick of her wrist, she summons 3 glowing orbs in front of you, one representing power, one for wealth, and one for aid. She speaks whimsically. "Thank you for playing my little game. That was entertaining, and perhaps next time you won't be as lucky. Now, as promised, your reward, if given a choice between aid, power, or wealth, what is it you would wish for? Choose wisely."
So, definitely going to ask for aid this time. We're going to gain this card, the Genie's Gift, which we'll see what that does, but this will be a one-time card, but it'll be added to our deck for every game from now until the end of the campaign. Well, thanks for tuning in. This is where we will wrap this episode up.